In this video, we're going to explore the AWS Snow Family. AWS Snow Family is a set of physical devices designed by AWS to help you move large amounts of data securely into AWS. Imagine you have huge amounts of data, maybe tens or even hundreds of terabytes, sitting in your local storage or local data center, and you need it to migrate to AWS. If you try doing that over the internet or online links, it could take weeks or even months or even years depending on your bandwidth. That's exactly where the Snow Family steps in to save the day. The Snow Family is basically a set of portable data transfer devices that AWS ships to your location, you copy your data onto them, send them back to AWS, and your data gets uploaded securely into AWS storage services like S3. This approach is especially useful when your internet connection is too slow for massive data transfers, or you're operating in a remote or disconnected environment, or you just want a faster, safer way to move data than waiting for it to upload online. So instead of clogging your network with huge transfers, you can simply fill up one of these devices, ship it back to AWS, and let AWS handle the rest. Alright, let's look at each member of the Snow family. Let's just start with big and gradually work our way down to the smaller ones. First up, we have the Snowmobile, and this one's absolutely massive. Think of it as a data center on wheels. It's literally a full-size shipping container filled with storage drives, pulled by a semi-truck. Yeah. You'd use a Snowmobile when you need to migrate petabytes or even exabytes of data. For example, a large enterprise or media company might use it to move an entire data center's worth of video archives, research data, or backups to AWS. It's one of those cases where transferring data physically is way faster than sending it over the internet. AWS literally drives the container to your facility, loads your data securely, and transports it back on AWS region where it's uploaded to your account. A fun fact that might be interesting to you, when AWS first unveiled the Snowmobile at reInvent 2016, they actually drove a real 45-foot truck into the conference hall. Nothing says data transfer like a semi-truck full of hard drives. Anyways, of course, only massive enterprise-scale companies would ever need something like this. But if by any chance, if your data is measured in truckloads rather than terabytes, Snowmobile is your best friend. Now, moving down a size, let's talk about Snowball Edge. If Snowmobile was the giant mover, then Snowball Edge is more like a smart, portable data box. You typically use this device when you got 10 terabytes or more to migrate, but here's the cool part. It also comes with built-in compute power. That means you can actually run local processing on the device before sending your data to AWS. Let's say you're collecting research data in a remote field station, or maybe working at a construction site with unstable connectivity. With Snowball Edge, you can filter, compress, or analyze your data locally, and then ship the processed result back to AWS later. It's like having a mini AWS cloud environment that works even when you're completely offline. Once your job's done, you ship the device back to AWS and they upload everything securely into your cloud storage. Next up, we have the AWS Snowball, the standard and most commonly used member of the Snow family. Snowball focuses purely on data transfer. It doesn't have the onboard compute features like the Edge version. But it is still built tough and designed to move large datasets, typically anything over 10 terabytes. You just connect it to your network, copy your data using AWS provided tools, and send it back. AWS then upload the data straight into your account. It's simple, secure, and efficient. Perfect when your only goal is to move a lot of data as quickly as possible without needing to process it first. So if you don't need compute features and just want a reliable way to ship your data into AWS, Snowball is the right pick. And finally, let's talk about the smallest and lightest member of the Snow family, the AWS Snowcone. This little guy is about the size of a small lunchbox and weighs a few kilograms. Despite its size, it's surprisingly powerful and rugged, built in to handle rough conditions like dust, vibration, and even extreme temperatures. It comes in two storage options, one 8 terabytes HDD or 14 terabytes SSD. You can throw it in a backpack, take it on-site, collect your data, and later ship it back to AWS, all without needing a stable network connection. It is super ideal for space or power-constrained environments, perfect for edge data capture and local collection. You'll often find it used in places like emergency response zones, field research sites, or IoT data gathering setups. So in short, Snowcone brings data migration to the edge literally. So the key takeaway is the AWS Snow Family gives you several ways to move data to the cloud safely, efficiently, and even offline. Whether you're migrating an entire enterprise or just gathering data in a remote site, that's the Snow device built exactly for that situation. Let's do a quick recap before we close. A snowmobile is used for the largest migrations, measured in petabytes or more. It's a truck that moves your entire data center to AWS. A Snowball Edge is also used for large migrations, but from 10 to around 2000 terabytes of data storage range, which can be ideal for cases when you need local compute power to process data before upload. A Snowball is just like the Snowball Edge without compute requirements. Just plug it in, copy your data, and ship it back. A Snowcone is used for small, portable, and rugged migrations at the edge when there's no proper data center or internet. Alright, that is it for this video, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I'll see you in the next video.